Some doors were carved by human hands. Some were carved by gods. And some were never meant to be opened at all. Tonight, you will hear of a door that exists beneath a ruined temple. A door older than humanity, older than the earth. A door carved from a dimension that breathes. This is the story of the Astral Door, and the man who found it, the temple that should not exist. The story begins with a researcher, a quiet, unassuming historian who preferred books to people. He traveled through forgotten villages, collecting fragments of myths. One day, in a small mountain settlement surrounded by mist, a trembling elder whispered to him. Elder, shaking, "The temple moved last winter. Stone does not move." But it did. The historian laughed at first, but the elder's eyes did not. The villagers claimed that deep in the mountain forest stood a temple built by no civilization on record, a structure that shifted locations every generation, as though it were alive. Curiosity overcame fear, and so he went. He trekked through choking fog and silent pines, guided only by an old hand-drawn map that villagers refused to touch. After 2 days, he saw it. A stone temple half swallowed by the earth, its walls smooth and seamless, as though molded rather than built. Symbols coated the surface, not carved, but grown, like veins beneath translucent skin. He whispered to himself, "Historian, uneasy awe. This can't be human." He stepped inside. Dust coated the air like a living mist. Torches he carried flickered violently, as though protesting the temple's breath. The main chamber was empty, except for a staircase carved directly into the ground. It spiraled downward, and downward, and downward. Hours passed. At one point, he felt as though the stairs were lengthening beneath his feet, stretching like a dream that refused to end. The air grew warmer, richer, thick, like syrup. A low vibration hummed in the stone, pulsing with the beat of a heart not his own. He whispered, "Historian, nervous. This place is alive." Then, the stairs ended. The room was enormous. A sphere, not a room, with walls of smooth crimson stone, curved like the inside of a giant skull. And in the center stood the Astral Door. It was not a door in any human sense. It was a vertical shimmer in the air, like heat above fire, a slit in reality itself. Symbols circled it, floating rather than carved. Each one rotated silently, shedding faint trails of blue fire. He approached, breath shallow. The air around the door tugged at him, as though gravity obeyed a different master here. Suddenly, a voice behind him whispered. Unknown voice, faint, layered. "You heard the call too." He spun around. A figure emerged from the shadows. Not entirely human. A woman with skin soft as ash, eyes like galaxies swirling with color, hair that drifted as though suspended underwater. She wasn't glowing, but the shadows around her were darker, deeper, as if afraid of her presence. Historian, trembling. What are you?" "Astral woman, gentle, sorrowful. I am a remnant, a memory of those who opened the door before you. You must leave. You must not cross it." He stared at her, mesmerized. "Historian, what lies beyond it?" "Astral woman. Not a place. A hunger." She stepped closer. "Astral woman. Once, we believed it was a gateway to the realm of creators. We entered willingly. But the door is not a bridge. It is a mouth." She touched his arm. "Astral woman, pleading. If you value your world, you will turn away." But the historian was stubborn. Curiosity, that ancient spark that doomed countless civilizations, overpowered fear. He took one more step toward the door, and then another. Behind him, the astral woman dissolved into mist, crying out, "Astral woman, no, do not feed it." But it was too late. When he touched the door, the world inverted. His lungs emptied. Light folded into shapes impossible to describe. He fell upward, sideways, every direction. A vast space opened before him, a realm where color had weight, and sound had texture. And there, floating in the void, were echoes of other worlds. Cities that flickered like fireflies. Ancient beings whose bodies stretched across horizons. Creatures formed from starlight and bone. A voice boomed, not in his ears, but inside his blood. Cosmic voice. Another mind. Another light. Another meal. Shapes formed from darkness. They had no eyes, but they saw him. They had no mouths, but they devoured. He tried to scream, but his voice was swallowed whole. Suddenly, hands pulled him backward. The astral woman. Her form flickered wildly. A candle in a hurricane. Astral woman, straining. I cannot hold you. It wants you. It wants everything. She dragged him through the collapsing chaos. The door snapped shut behind them, with a sound like a dying star. He collapsed on the temple floor, gasping. The astral woman knelt beside him, face filled with grief. Astral woman, soft. You opened it. Now it knows your world exists. He froze. Historian. What does that mean? She looked up at the ceiling. As dust rained down. Astral woman. The temple is the first anchor. The first place it will try to re-enter your world. The walls groaned. Symbols began glowing. The temple itself began to wake. The historian staggered to his feet. Historian. How do I stop it? She touched his chest. Astral woman. You cannot. But you can choose who it reaches first. He shook his head violently. Historian. No, I won't sacrifice anyone. She stared at him with ancient sadness. Astral woman. Everyone who opens the astral door says that. The floor cracked. A swirling cosmic darkness bled through the stone. And then, a tendril of impossible light shot upward, tearing open the sky. The astral door was reopening. She whispered her final words. Astral woman. You must run. Tell them the truth. Or let the world be devoured in silence. He fled into the forest. As the mountain shuddered, and the temple pulsed with awakening cosmic hunger. Behind him, the sky tore. Just a little. Enough to let something through. Something watching. Something waiting. Something patient. Days later, the villagers found the historian wandering the forest. Eyes hollow. Hands trembling. He muttered the same sentence repeatedly. Historian, broken whisper. It wasn't a temple. It was a lock. And I broke it. As they guided him away, a low hum vibrated through the mountains. A heartbeat felt in the bones. The astral door had tasted him. And it remembered. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it just as I did. Remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the like button for more. I hope you learned some valuable lessons from this video today. See you in our next video.